So I'm at the mall. And this is the Volvo C40 twin recharge. And perhaps this is what it's best for. If you're a person with a commute, or you've got a trip to the mall, dropping off the kids. At least in my town, this will get you a great parking spot. Don't know what kind of charger Volta does, but it may be. Oh, looks like a Chamdel. Totally butchering it, I'm sure. But leave it to me to know very little about electric vehicles. And here's the beauty of it. Level 2 chargers here are free. And while we go to the mall and have some fun, the new Volvo gets charged. Not a bad deal. Have great parking and a little free juice. I'll go have some time with the kids. And honestly, this is where it's at. Playing with the boys. Yeah. So after about an hour and a half in the mall, we're charging. Let's see how we did. So my battery's at 76. I don't really remember. This is nice. So I have to say the Volvo C40 has been an excellent experience for an EV. And you know, I have to give that caveat, but it definitely is a nice Volvo. There we go. Done charging, press the button. Hold that. Nice. We'll put this back in. Ooh, it is a little warm. Don't want to run over that cable, so I will wrap it. I don't know if you guys know the over-under method, which I'm doing great at, but there we go. All right. Back on there, and just a push. That's all it is. It's nice. All right, cool. Well, let me get this going because it has to detect me sitting inside for the air conditioning to cut in. And sorry, I'm gonna have to run it hard because it's I don't know if you can really tell. It's really hot right now, 113 degrees outside. So, it's a hot day. Anyway, I'll take this for a spin, get the AC going, and then I'll continue on my review. Which, by the way, check this out. I don't know if you can see that, but really cool topographic trim. Looks really good at night. Really digging it. So we have a nice panoramic roof, really big. Also a little difficult in the Texas heat. It's definitely in the triple digits right now, and so it gets a little warm. The thing about EVs that I hear about all the time is the air conditioning doesn't work all that well. Well, This one seems to work quite fine. My only gripe and complaint is that they got to figure out how to override, because this thing is so conscious about the battery. When you start the motor, you leave the key in, but you step out, it will I don't know if it shuts down the AC. The fans might still be operating, but it really you get a weakened version of AC. You do have some vents in the rear, so let's see if we can get a picture of that. Vents in the rear. Yeah, vents in the rear. And yeah, the interior is really, really nice. I mean, I don't know if you've been in a Volvo recently, but Brian's got an S90, and I love that car. Everything is solid. I love the Scandinavian design. It's rather intuitive. They've gone into this new Android-based system, so you could even get Google Maps there. And it's relatively, I mean, it's simple, but it's not simplistic, if that makes sense. It's got some complexity in it, but not enough to turn you off. In fact, I'm very impressed by the whole user experience, or the user interface. And yeah, the Harman Kardon sound system sounds great. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with the Bowers and Wilkins and the other Volvos, like the S90 or the XC90, but that is the best sound system from the factory that I've ever heard in a vehicle. Sorry, Mercedes-Benz owners, but it's just true. And it just sounds amazing. And I used to be a front of house engineer back in the day when we used to run VCA boards, and I'll tell you, it just sounds amazing. Nothing can beat it. So hopefully, you know, competition is good. So as consumers, hopefully we get to experience better and better sound. But this vehicle spec out of Volvo, which is a high quality luxury vehicle. Some cons about it is really the view in the back window. I don't think you can see this, but it's tiny because of the way the roof line is on this car. You really can't see a whole lot out of there. That was what you heard, was a safety feature of the Volvo. Volvo has that history and the heritage of being very safe. I don't know if any of you guys remember, maybe I'm just old, but in the 90s we'd go to car shows and you would see several Volvos stacked on top of each other, and that was just to show how strong and how safe these vehicles are. I'm really impressed actually by everything in here. You know, this would be an excellent commute vehicle. I took it on a long road trip down to Houston and experienced all the difficulties of hitting charge stations, trying to find charge stations that were level 3. Beauty of this is it's got a lot of torque, just like electric vehicles, and just like you've seen, there's charge stations around, especially the mall, which kind of makes sense. And the nice part of the mall is that charging station is free. So here's another Volvo, check that out. That's an XC40. Looks new. What else can I say? I mean, look at this. This design is great. I'm not a fan of piano black. Everyone always talks about that. I'm not really sure what this is for, but there's your Qi charger. And the radar controlled cruise control is excellent. You just got to keep your hand on. See if I can. There you go, and you can adjust the distance. And it's really great, especially on highway, long highway driving. Just set it and go. Keep your hand on the steering wheel if you want. And if you don't, it'll start beeping at you. I don't want to test that feature right now. There we go. It's relatively quiet in here if I don't have the AC blasting. And everything about this feels really solid, and it's luxury. The seats are very comfortable. Sorry, I got popcorn. And there's enough space in the back. For storing your luggage and that kind of a thing. Even though that roof does come down a little bit. It's interesting, look at the XC. I think that roof right there, you get more visibility out of that than you do in the C40. This one. So yeah, but it's not bad. Digital display, really easy to use. I've done about almost 900 miles on this thing, and I can tell you I've had no issues other than the for some reason my tire pressure monitor system goes off. But, pretty easy. I mean, the whole interface is intuitive. Oh, look at that. Sam sent me a message. All right, and well done. Very well done. That blue right there is kind of like my assumption is it's like a high-end recycled material, so you get that environmental feeling. It's not cheap. It doesn't feel cheap in here at all, so that's nice. Everything about this is just nice, and see that. If you're looking at a compact EV, it's a growing market for CUVs that are also EVs, and this is definitely something you want to take a look at. I think the design is not boring, I'll put it that way, because I feel like a lot of the vehicles that we're seeing right now that are coming out, a little boring, mainly because it's the same thing all the time. It's the same but different, I guess. So it's fantastic. I'd not mind driving this around if I had a commute. It handles well. Let me talk about the handling. It handles like a Volvo. It feels like a Volvo, and that's a good thing. If you've driven a Volvo recently, that's a good thing. You'll know what I'm talking about. EVs do have a lot more weight because of the batteries. You could sense that a little bit in this car, but it's not so much that it affects the driving experience, if I could put it that way. I really don't mind driving these, and I haven't been historically a big fan of EVs, so this is good. I think, what else can I show you? That's really it. If it was nighttime, I'd show you these lights. They're really nice. Feels like almost soft lighting. And I love how they always have this clip right here. You can put something like your parking receipt or something there. Anyway, I just think that they've done an excellent job on this. The design is fantastic, and it goes and goes and goes. It could almost be a performance machine, if you know what I mean. So yeah. Let's talk about the range on this vehicle. Say you can get about 226, 223 miles, about 400 kilometers. And one of the things you got to do, which I won't do because it's so hot here, is you have the ability to maximize your range. And you can go over charging limits, which is fantastic. They say set it at 90 to maximize the life of your battery. There's also a way you can optimize your range. Now, you click that range optimizer and it will take it down so that you get more range, but that will take down your climate control as well. I haven't done it. I'm in 100-degree plus weather, so I'm not going to. But if you're looking at buying this vehicle, definitely you take a look and do that. All in all, this is a fantastic vehicle. I've been very impressed by what the engineers have done. I think since Geely has taken over Volvo, it's been impressive that they've resourced them and have let the engineers take over. You get great Scandinavian design, great user interface, user experience, tight, what's the word? Tolerances, which is actually a good thing in manufacturing. Great steering feel, and just an all-around fun car to drive. I'm really impressed with what Volvo's done. If you haven't driven a Volvo recently, I would definitely go check them out. If you're looking for a luxury vehicle and you want to be a little under the radar and you want something that's safe for you or your family, definitely this is something to take a look at. I'm impressed. You know, Geely and Volvo, you guys have done a great job. I think the rumor is when Geely took over Volvo, they basically gave Volvo a blank check and said, hey, just build the best cars you can. And really they have. So, you know, people love BMWs, Mercedes, and Audis, but if you haven't driven a Volvo recently, I would definitely get one and give it a try. Alright, hey, thanks for watching. This is the C40 on New Car Spin. I'm Yale, and take care of each other. It's terrible. It's terrible. Trying to film and back into a spot. Terrible. Alright, terrible. Alright, much better. And there's a gear shift. Piano black. Park it. Get out. Alright, you don't hit any start stop button when you get out. Just get out, and it notices because the key fob, which here's the key fob, and all you gotta do is hit lock, and no start stop. You just hit lock, and there you go. Mirrors closed, and you're ready to go. You want to get some ice cream? Let's go. It's time for some ice cream. All right. Oh, there you go. Well, nothing like ice cream on a nice hot summer day. And there she is. I like the design. It's nice. It's it's not a Tesla, and not that Teslas are bad, or at least all bad, but you just see so many of them everywhere, and this is just really great from a design perspective. Anyway, I don't need to use the key. I can just pull on that. We're ready to go. Take a look. Here's the back seat. And there's a lot of space back there. Let's see if it's got. No function to. Oh, it does. Actually, forgive the wheels. On my road trip, I decided to. On my way back, decided to pick some wheels up. You got a sense of how much space. If you're a car guy, that is the import car guy, a Japanese car guy, you'll know probably what I'm working on. Seeing that, but you got the pass through, you got space, and then you have space underneath here. Kind of rough doing this with ice cream. Excuse the mess, but no spare tire, so I'm assuming it's a low rolling resistance run flat tire or something. I don't know. All right, close it with that. Yeah, and there you go. Tesla, boring. Kind of see them everywhere. All right, since I'm in here. Sorry, I'm dealing with the ice cream. That's it. No start, stop. So, that's the nice thing about these Volvos. They don't, they're kind of nice. They tell you, hey, you don't have your seatbelt on, but they don't just blaze an alarm at you and just annoy you until you put it on. That's it. Just tell you don't have it on. Put it on. Wear your seatbelts, everybody. Anyway. Qi charger. Yeah. Space. And then this is, I guess, for trash, which actually works out pretty well if you you can actually, I guess, pull this out. You take that top off, or leave the top on, and pull the whole thing out, and you can go empty it. Look at that. So, all right, here's onto my ice cream. AC works nice. It's a hot Dallas day. Steering wheel feels great, and everything about the interior feels, I don't want to say it's a premium, but it feels like the next generation. I'll say it that way. It's nice. Such cool topo. And the soft lighting, you hit the light, and it's like soft light.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.